on Wednesday. Usually I always come here for pizza.
We got this up today.
But today we're going to represent something. Something big is happening in my country. It's news for you guys, but it's too big for us. But it's it's interesting. So our friends at IPO, they talked with us, and we took a picture of us with this event in front of Purdue a couple of days back. So when we also took the permission from IPO that day also. And IPO told us, can you come and talk about it? Because we have World on Wednesday. Let's talk about it. It's international events, all right? So this is why we are here. I'm Hamza Kadir. You can call me Hamza. This is my friend Audi.
Hi.
Help me out, please.
So friends, first of all, I want to welcome you all today here. And so how are you guys doing? Doing good? Great. To be honest, I'm doing really great this evening because for me it's a big opportunity for me to talk about my country in an international platform, and for which I'll definitely like to thank International Program Office of Purdue Calumet for giving such a platform. And I really appreciate the idea that IPO is having about this World on Wednesday wow thing, which is talk about your country and its specific activities, and it's open for the students, staff, and anyone, So it's nice, if something interesting happening back our country, we can come to IPO office and talk about it. And as we all know, it's an international school, international student school. So actually, your event spreads out through the Purdue University students. So it's really amazing. So thank you once again, IPO. So today we are actually here to talk about a very important movement taking place in our country right at this moment. I would like to say something briefly about this. This movement is very important for a couple of reasons. First of all, the people who are taking place in this movement is a huge number, which is 100,000 people in our country. And the second thing is the people who are taking place in this movement, they're asking for something very, very right, and it's their right to ask for this demand. And I would like to say something else too, that these people who are actually out there asking for this movement is very normal people like us. So now I'll start the main presentation and ask my friends to talk about why is this movement so special we want to talk about, and we also want to know about, and how it is related with our background of Bangladesh and the wartime of Bangladesh. So Hamza.
This is a picture of that event going on right now. It's a very small picture. The number of people gathered here, it cannot be captured in this picture. All right, before we explain what's going on right now, do you guys know what 1971 is? What is it?
It's a year.
It's a year. I was looking for this answer. It is a year. But it's also the birth year of my country. That's the year when I gained my identity. It was 12, 13 years before I was born. But if 1971 did not happen, I would be somebody else. Or maybe I wouldn't be here. Okay, I'm going to talk about 1971 because that is a requirement to understand what's happening right now. We collected a video of 354 seconds, 1971 and 354 seconds, something like that. And we're going to play that, and we're going to talk about it right after that video. Let's go through this short film. This is a picture again, and here we go with the video. It's a short historical coverage with subtitles. Before 1947, India was a big land. It divided into two countries in 1947. Pakistan and India.
জন্ম নিল ভারত ও পাকিস্তান নামে দুটি রাষ্ট্র ঘটল ইতিহাসের বৃহত্তম কিন্তু সহসাই আশাভঙ্গ হল বাঙালির This language of Pakistan is going to be Urdu and no other language.
When he says Pakistan, that means East Pakistan also, which is my region that we have here. This is 1952, when people revolted that, no, we're not going to lose our language. We will speak our
যুক্তফ্রন্ট ক্ষমতায় এলেও তা কেড়ে নিল জারি হলো সামরিক শাসন আবারও প্রতিবাদ বিক্ষোভ মুক্তির সনদ 6 দফা দিলেন শেখ মুজিব জোরালো হলো স্বাধিকারের সংগ্রাম গণঅভ্যুত্থানে টলে উঠল সামরিক শাসক আইয়ুবের মসনদ। নির্বাচনের প্রতিশ্রুতি নিয়ে আসলেন ইয়াহিয়া। নিরঙ্কুশ বিজয় দিলেও ক্ষমতা হস্তান্তর নিয়ে চলতে থাকে টালবাহানা। এবার বাঙালি আপসহীন। স্বাধিকারের সংগ্রাম গড়ায় স্বাধীনতায় বাঙালির একতা।
Just so you know, East Pakistan never had an army.
কিন্তু মেনে নেয়
Whoever defended the country in 1971, they were
গণহত্যার
probably
পথ রুখে দাঁড়ানো নিরস্ত্র মানুষ।
On behalf of our great national leader and supreme commander of Bangladesh, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, do hereby proclaim the independence of Bangladesh. Bangladesh.
ন্যায্যতার দাবি নিয়ে এগিয়ে চলে মুক্তির সংগ্রাম। নির্বাচিত জনপ্রতিনিধিদের নিয়ে গঠিত হয় মুজিবনগর সরকার।
যেহেতু পাকিস্তান সরকার একটি অন্যায় যুদ্ধ চাপাইয়া দিয়া গণহত্যা করিয়া এবং অন্যান্য দমনমূলক কার্যকলাপের মাধ্যমে একটি নির্বাচিত সরকার
মাতৃভূমির স্বাধীনতা সার্বভৌমিত্ব রক্ষার্থে সর্বশক্তি নিয়োগ করিব।
দেশকে শত্রুমুক্ত করার প্রত্যয়ে মুক্তিযোদ্ধারা জীবন বাজি রেখে লড়তে থাকে। পাশে দাঁড়ায় বিশ্ববাসী।
He raised money to help Bangladesh while the war in 1971. This part of the video actually shows how normal people were related and planned fight and operation against the Pakistanis.
all these fights, they were guerrilla attacks. But because there was no organized army in East Pakistan, the common people, the only thing they could do is train as guerrillas. They do guerrilla attacks.
একের পর এক গেরিলা আক্রমণ।
This part actually shows that when our freedom fighters, they were less motivated or they were tired. When they had this radio, they played Bengali songs and inspiring them. So in the middle of the dark night, they were inspired to keep fighting for their country.
বিজয়ের ক্ষণ ঠিক তার আগে
When the defeat was nearing for the intruding army, there were a group of people who helped the army mark the educated society in East Pakistan. The professors, the teachers, the
বুদ্ধিজীবীদের
doctors.
হত্যা করে পাক
They were all collected, gathered up, and illuminated.
একাত্তরের 16 ডিসেম্বর আত্মসমর্পণ করে পাক বাহিনী।
And during the end of this war, 1 month ago or something, our neighboring country, India, they helped us. They sent their troops, their military, their air forces, and whatever they could do to get this to the end. What was the motive of the other part of Pakistan attacking such aggression to another wing of their same country? It was selective genocide. There was a bill sent by USA to India which talked about the selective genocide. What kind of selective genocide is this? They targeted Hindus or Christians or any non-Muslims.
Minorities.
minorities. There were minorities, but what their main motive was eliminate all the non-Muslims. We don't want any non-Muslims staying in Pakistan. Now, if I am in a neighborhood, my friends, there might be some non-Muslims. If somebody comes and takes my friend away, I will fight back. I'm going to say, no, please don't do it. If I'm, if I'm an educated person with glasses, I'm a geek, I'm going to stand there and say, no, please don't do it. This is what happened. And then what happened is the military said, you're one of them, I'm going to take you too. This is how it spread, and the whole country turned into the subject of the genocide. This is the background of 71. A major part of this number of people who got killed was due to a group of people who sided with the intruding army. Every country has traitors during a war. It's normal. I think it's normal. It's basic human characteristics. There will be some. A group of these traitors, what they did is they helped them collect the Bangladeshis. Like, they're going to go to the army and say, I know a group of youngsters who talked about angry speeches, so let's go get them.
Or they're taking trainings, right?
Yeah.
Or they're taking trainings. They actually worked as an informer, inside the
informer. Correct.
So this information was really crucial for the Pakistani armies because they wanted to stop this war, like that was planning against them. So this information actually worked, very against towards us because they could actually track who were actually planning this freedom fight, and they killed a lot of people.
This is a group of traitors who wasn't actively participating in the genocide. They were informers. Their judgment is different, but there was another group of these traitors who took things into their own hands. They turned into vigilantes. They formed groups of their own. They collected hundreds of people together and killed them by themselves. Now these are people in the same region killing the people in their region to gain the favor of the intruding army. Their motive was, well, this army looks pretty strong. I think this war will be in the side of the intruding army. So let me take side with the intruding army, and when those guys win, I'm going to be leaders of this region. But unfortunately for them, that's not how it happened. Now, these guys who actively participated in this, each of them were responsible and have been proven for killing hundreds of people, just individually. And they were responsible for rape, they were responsible for robbery, torture. Any idea about the number of people who died in total? 3 million. Some people in 9 months, in a duration of 9 months. Some people debate it's 6 million, but 3 million is like the most popular thing. Some patriots claim that no, it's 6 million. But in history books, 3 million is written. 3 million people died in the duration of 9 months, starting from March 26. 200,000 ladies were raped. Among these ladies, there were kids, children. And the people who were actively responsible for this, I would say they were war criminals. They did this to gain the advantage of the intruding army. If a soldier kills a soldier, that's war. It happens. It's a war. Probably every country has war histories. But if somebody does this for their personal advantage, now that, I think, is not a regular crime. Right after 1971, when Bangladesh gained its identity, they were forgiven. General amnesty. I think it's cool. Like, yeah, you did what you had to do. We forgive you. The father of the nation declared that you're forgiven. Just don't do it again. What they did, they formed new groups. It's democracy in Bangladesh. You can form a group. Any belief, any motive. You're free to do it. It's democracy. Ghulam Azam, the most active person who was responsible for killing, he went to UK. He fled to UK, and he formed East Pakistan Recovery Commission. This guy is now a leader of a political party in Bangladesh. He's trying to gain power. How do you try to control it or come into the leading position of the country if you were against it in the first place? That's hypocrisy. Now, for 42 years, it has been 42 years, people have been asking for judgment. There should be a judgment, there should be a proper verdict for war crimes. If they are proven in court, I think that's a good thing. Only if they're proven in court, that's a good thing. Now, 6 people have been identified who have been proven for killing. The first person, verdict was the capital punishment. Good. Second person, Kadir Mullah, in this line of 6 people, he was given a life sentence. life sentence of 23 years. Although in court, under special tribunal in Supreme Court of Bangladesh, he was proven for killing 340 people. An old lady came to the court. She said, I was 11 years old. This man raped me. A person came from Canada. He said, I can take you to a place where if you dig, you'll find skeletons. I am a witness of that night when he came to our village in Aluddi, a village in Mirpur, a town in Dhaka, the big city, where he came with his troops, he killed 340 people. Many witnesses, many proofs. He took the people, the skeletons were found. Now, if you say life sentence is okay for this, yeah, maybe. If you ask me, my personal opinion, if life sentence is a capital punishment of a law system, yes, I'm okay with that. But if a mass murderer gets a lighter punishment than capital punishment, I don't think people are going to like that. So what happened? This guy got this verdict, 23 years of jail. He came out of the court. He's on his way to prison. The people take pictures. They're reporters. He does this.
Shows the victory sign that he
He
won.
smiles.
He escaped.
And he shows a victory sign. And it was reported in The Independent, Independence, the UK newspaper, that it was clearly written that it seems that he's happy with this verdict. Obviously he's happy. Yes? On that day, a couple of bloggers, Facebook users, they put it on their status. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to make some banners. I'm going to go to Shahabad, and I'm going to stand there. And 8 friends made some banners. They're standing on the street. Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's looking. Some people don't even know the news. They're just passing by. Cars are riding. Business is going on. But within 30 minutes or 1 hour, hundreds of people came. Overnight, thousands of people came. This is one corner of the city where it's a kind of a cultural area where there are no offices or companies, so it's an excellent place if you want to revolt. You're not damaging business. You cannot damage business. If you want good for a country, you cannot do it. It doesn't make sense. Now that is what started the current event like a lightning. We collected another video to show you, which is a better summary of what I just said. So let's take a look at that video. Thank you. This video was created by one of these bloggers on Facebook. Can you imagine? Something as silly as Facebook, a social network media, that facilitated this. These are some pictures of 1971. This is trying to go. Six people who could have been proved under the trial have been selected. Their judgment is going on. This person has been proved already. And the second person on the list, these are all current pictures. The current picture means February 5th. It's still going on. Started on February 5th, 2013. 2 weeks ago, correct? 2 weeks plus.
That's the place for Baba Prayer having these gatherings and it's movement.
It's because please notice the variety of people you see here. Shall we move to the current events? And Audie, would you please help me out with that? You're more versed on this.
Actually, it's very sad and very emotional for us because right at this moment we are not in our country. We cannot be the part of this big event. It's actually, I would say, like it's a lifetime event that happened after our country was born. Because after 1971, any activity happened, it was always under a political party or political influence. But this is the first time when people has raised their voice against violence and they're asking justice, who are not under any political circumstances. They just came by themselves. They felt like they should do something, and they should raise their voice. So for us, actually, we feel we could do something. We could also be the part of the big movement and the activity going on there. So you can say like this is a small effort from us. And to be more precise about this movement that is taking place in Shahbag right now, I would like to just say two things about the people who are there right at this moment. The first thing is, who are these people? As I say, these people, they are not from any political group or any other influences. These are normal people like you, me, who think about their country, who knows what's wrong, what's right. They are people like who goes to school, university, teachers, doctor, engineers, for different professionals, journalists, maybe housewife, a little kid who's maybe in his mom's lab. Even they came to ask for justice. And also the poverty or richness, it didn't stop anyone. They just came, you know. Some people, I would just like to mention about a small thing. I was seeing a video that day, and a guy was saying like, there is like a street local beggar who was begging the whole day around that movement, and he collected something around 300 taka, which is around $3-4. So while he was like going back home with this $4 in his pocket, he just felt like, okay, wait a minute. These kids, these people, they're standing in this whole this point for the whole day, for whole night. I want to do something for them. So what he did, he just bought some dried food, some water, and he distributed among the students, among the normal people. Like, hey, you guys need inspiration, you guys need energy, and don't leave the street, don't leave the spot. Yes, we want justice this time. So that's one thing I just wanted to share, that people are from very mass level, very normal people like us. And the second thing is, I would like to say that what's actually going on there, this protest or this movement, what is actually happening there? Yeah, they're asking for justice, but people who have been like living in that street, like for this movement for 2 weeks, they need motivation, right? So what they did, they made a people's platform, that's called People's Platform, or we call it in Bangla that Jonathan Moncho. So
it's like a stage, right?
It's like a stage where different like media personalities, singers, they're coming there, they're performing, and they're encouraging them, they're giving them energy, and they're supporting them. So there is singing, there is dancing, and there is like patriotic poem recitation, and these things all are just happening just to encourage them. So people are still there right now. I'm talking here, standing in this office, and people are still there, and it's like 5:45 in the morning maybe, and they're still there. They're not leaving the spot. So that's my point. Like, I mean, being here, we are missing something very big. So we just wanted to do something little bit wherever we are in any part of the world. So as we can see in these pictures, I mean, in the United States, different universities, all the Bangladeshi students, they stood together. They wanted to do something. And I would say, like, not only the Bangladeshi students, their friends, students from different countries, they also stood next to them, because, right is right and wrong is wrong. Anybody could understand that. It doesn't need religion. It doesn't need any country border. So.
And the event is absolutely non-violent, right?
Yeah, sure.
They're just standing there and singing and claiming and giving slogans and stuff like that.
That's actually.
And I also heard a leading political group came there to get on the stage and speak, or also donate money and food. They were not allowed to even enter the region. This is under no political government. These are 6-year-old kids, 10-year-old kids. They're ladies with babies on their arms, newborn babies, because they feel safe. This is non-violent. They're ladies, men, educated people, teachers, engineers, scientists, doctors, uneducated people, or lesser privileged people, everybody. Whoever can be there, stay there. And our activities, our support, as from the Bangladeshi students, what we did, we took pictures with those slogans written in our hands. That yeah, from heart we're with you. We wish we could be there with you physically, but by heart we're with you. And this is like a fuel for inspiration. That's what we hope. With all these pictures, like this is I think a list of 26 US universities. We only had those because we have a 45-minute limit, right? There are many other pictures of people all over the world, and yeah, obviously Bangladesh. Well, whatever. And now we're gonna talk about international media. My friend Adi will take me out again.
Really? Okay, so as you can know, we know like the CNN, BBC, we really focus on that if they're covering that news, you know. So it's something important if they really cover it. So there you go, CNN, they actually had a news on this ongoing movement, and I think after that BBC, yeah, BBC News Asia, so same thing, and Independent Daily News in UK. So yeah, we are also getting support from all over the country, and here we can see a snapshot of the map, and these green flags, they're actually showing like the points, the parts of the world where they are showing protest or the support against this protest movement with the Shahbag movement.
The picture takers, right?
Huh?
The picture takers.
Yeah. Yeah, because they are not there right at this moment. So, yeah, this is pretty much it. And right now we're also standing here right at this moment just to show our support to the movement and also let you know, guys, what's going on back in a small country, but the country full of love and emotion and a lot of patriotism.
And we are not historians. I'm an engineer by profession. She's an engineer by profession also. Our data, we try as much as possible to keep it accurate, but whatever we said, everything can be cross-checked over the internet. And please forgive us if you find any discrepancies, and we're open for questions, and we're going to try to answer, if any. Now maybe we can have some pizza, right? Now hungry, come on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your patience and listening to us.
Guys, before everybody start leaving, it's very important that you sign in here.
Really? I thought you were going to ask us.
Yeah, we're trying to keep track of attendance.